Okay, can you, I think we're going here, baby.
We're going? We're rolling?
How about that for Fast and Furious, just like our love.
Seriously?
Life in the fast lane.
Does this sound like I'm peeing right now?
Sure. You can't hear it, actually.
Oh, okay. I'm pouring my coffee.
Hold on, does it sound like I'm pooping right now? That was good. And scene.
It's the Jack
and Kathy
Show.
Shit Show.
And there we go.
Yeah, how was that?
Okay,
Did you like
I
that
think if yeah.
Okay.
You truly are Scott Galloway. You're like, that was good. Because he always does that. He's like, that was good. That was really good.
Let me tell you why that was funny.
Oh my God.
I love being me.
Oh, there's nobody else like you, Jack Honer.
There's nobody else in the world quite like me.
So we saw the baby.
We saw
the baby.
Deadpool 2 also, which was really good.
Excuse me.
Where you want to go.
So my exciting weekend fun was holding the baby.
Mine was seeing Deadpool 2. By the way, I really always want to have an episode. Just so you know, I've always wanted to. Sure, it's I've always wanted to have an episode. Dave Grohl. I've always wanted to have. If you guys are watching this, Kathy's got a Dave Grohl mug right now.
Yes, this was made by my friend. I wonder if she has her name.
Anytime we give someone's name, they have to sponsor the show. You know that they have to sponsor it. They're
I don't think
required.
her name is on it.
You know, you back up from the microphone a lot, so it causes me troubles.
My friend Tanya, very talented artist, does musical artists, and she draws posters and paintings and now mugs. And we saw her at Summerfest, and she had a booth there, and I was like, "Oh my God, Tanya!" And I bought the Dave Grohl mug.
You did
in honor of
Dave Grohl.
Our love of Dave Grohl and our trip to New Zealand to see Dave Grohl.
Foo Fighters. How does he say it? The Foo Fighters. I can't do it now. I can't do Christopher Walken, can I?
The Foo Fighters. No, we sound English.
British.
Foo Fighters. I don't know.
Foo Fighters. That was it. Foo Fighters. That's kind of how he said it.
Foo Fighters.
That's how he says it.
Does he do the head bob too?
He does do the head bob.
The head bob.
He does emphasize different parts of words. I don't know how to do him. I wish.
I need more cowbell.
That is one of the best ever. You need more cowbell. God, that's fucking fantastic. What a great episode. I'd like to have an episode, our podcast, where we just talk about our favorite movies. It's like shallow into the pool. Favorite shows, because you know why.
I'll have to do some. I don't know.
Yeah, but your daughter was at your dad's.
Remember my favorite movies. I have no memory. I do remember loving Shawshank Redemption.
Okay, let's start there.
And then that's where it ends.
Kathy,
so
what did you like
if you
most
want
about
a
Shawshank
15-second podcast for that one.
No, for reals, you know, at your dad's birthday celebration, the barbecue portion of it, your daughter was asking really kind of cool questions. Like, what's your favorite movie? Your mom was freaking hilarious. Your dad couldn't remember a favorite movie, right? And your mom goes, well, I'll tell you what I don't like. It's almost like your mom instantly became.
I'll tell you what I don't want to ever see again.
It's like your mom just became like this Jewish woman from New York. I'll tell you what I don't like. I don't like Clockwork Orange. I didn't like that at all. Your father took me when it came out in the theater. I said, what are we doing here? I mean, that's how she sounded, didn't she?
That was really good.
Thank you.
And that's pretty much exactly how it went down, except
it wasn't
without the accent. But,
sure.
you know, that definitely added to it. Well done. Well done.
Let me tell you why that was funny. That was good stuff there, Riley.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's exactly how it went down. She couldn't think of a movie she liked to answer the question.
I'll tell you what I don't like.
Immediately thought of the one she doesn't
But
like.
she said it with that energy.
And
I'll tell you what I didn't like.
It was a movie that they went and saw when they were dating.
Dating. Right.
Which is
A long time
a
ago.
handful of years ago.
But it was funny. I was like, I'll tell you what I didn't like. She was very animated. It was cute.
But we had a good time
Oh my God. It was
at my father's gathering. We got together
it's so
twice this week.
wonderful.
We were going to do more, but we had 2 wonderful
Yeah, it was
evenings,
great.
and
Plus the kids being in town.
yes, so had 2 of the grandkids were able to fly in and surprise them, and it was a nice surprise, and of course always great to have the kids around.
It was a good time.
So yeah, it was nice.
It was really
nice.
fun.
Yeah, we had some good giggles, and
Oh my God. So much
the
fun.
weather was beautiful. It
Oh,
wasn't,
stunning.
this August weather is crazy. It feels like October.
Well, but the early part of October, right? Like late September,
Yeah.
where it's like
Yeah.
58 degrees at night, which is perfect
Oh, I
sleeping
know.
weather.
I
Oh
know.
my
It's
God.
Blissful.
Blissful. Say it with me.
Blissful. Yeah.
Gotta dance. Gotta dance. Got to dance. These are the podcasts I like more when they're completely shallow end of the pool. And then
Babe, this is one of the reasons that I'm marrying you. For
What's
this
that? What?
idiocy.
Wait, we're getting married? When the fuck did that happen? Someone gonna tell me? Now I gotta get married. Who's got the money for that? I don't. Oh my God, I am in fuego right now.
Who did someone plug you in?
No.
Did you recharge your
There
battery?
has been no
when I
weed,
wasn't
no
looking?
alcohol, just matcha.
This
I don't
is
know what's in the matcha.
Jacko Natural. That's
Jacko
the-
Natural.
Yeah. Oh,
Speaking
shit,
of which,
baby, you're
to
killing
those
me.
listening, I was asking Kathy if we could do a topless episode just to try to get ratings up, but that we'd have a black bar across both of our chests, which would be freaking hilarious. Like we both have a black bar. And you're like, sure, let's go for it.
I said, why go topless if you're having a black bar?
I'm trying to improve ratings.
I know, but
Well, we can't show everything. You got to pay for that's the subscription model. Oh.
it wouldn't be worth it. People would be like, wait,
No one. Everyone's asking for refunds.
I paid for that?
Well, we were laughing too because Life in the Fast Lane. We were listening to Life in the Fast Lane while we were
Oh,
getting on the
shit.
highway, and it's about basically a Bonnie and Clyde, right? Couple, and I'm like, "This is us, babe," and then you go, "Life in the slow right lane," because we're so
Sure
slow.
makes me lose my mind. Life in
In
the right lane.
because we're so slow and old. Anyway, I started this podcast out by talking about shows.
That sounds like
I
a
wanna
Weird
watch.
Al Yankovic spin.
It does.
on
Yo,
Life in
now
the
I
Fast
don't want to
Lane.
do it.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Is that
we were-
falling off right over
What's
there. That light.
Oh, okay. I know you want to talk about something in the podcast, but I really would love to have a podcast where we talk about shows we like. It doesn't have to be this one.
Okay.
I loved Deadpool Wolverine. I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds is fantastic. It's hard not to like him. Even if his type of humor is nothing you keep up with, you still get the sense that, God, that guy seems like a cool dude.
Well, he had so many cameos and references to so many other movies.
Yeah.
It was really, really smart. If you followed his career at all, he references a lot of stuff in his career. Anyway, highly recommend it.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, very witty. It's
Is he
typical.
the one that bought the football team?
He's the one that bought the soccer club out.
Oh,
in
my
it. Yeah,
God.
yeah. Him and the guy
I want to
from.
watch that again.
I never finished it.
Yeah.
See, we're on the TV topic. So we got Peacock for the Olympics. How much fun were the Olympics?
The Peacock. The Olympics were fantastic. I'm sad that they're over. I did not watch the opening ceremony or the closing ceremony. Can we still get that? Can
Yeah.
you still watch it?
You can.
I'd like to watch it, although it's hours and hours.
It
Your
is.
mother was saying the opening ceremony was 3
Hours, yeah.
hours.
Yeah. I can't do this. I would watch it with you.
Okay.
Over at Chianti. What's that from? That's a movie reference.
Oh, I know. Silence of the Lambs.
Nice. See? I'm doing a movie episode. You didn't even know it.
That's like the Ted Lasso episode where they had all the references. And
To
by the way,
rom-coms. I nailed it.
you picked up on that.
Fucking
You're like,
nailed
wait
it.
a minute.
While it was live.
Because you are Mr. Rom-Com.
Yep.
And you
so,
did not know that beforehand, and you picked up on it.
Well, it was
and
funny.
then we looked it up.
We looked
and
it
you
up,
were like,
right?
oh my God.
As I'm watching, I'm like, oh my God, that's a quote
Yeah.
from whatever movie it was. And I was
Sleepless
quoting.
in Seattle or...
Right? It was, they literally pulled out, they incorporated scripts from rom-coms. It was brilliant.
Yeah.
And I'm pressing pause that whole episode, remember?
Yeah.
I remember? So I liked that. And then there's on Peacock, I was going to say, because we bought Peacock for the Olympics so we could see more stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just happen to like some of the shows. There's one with Steph Curry called Mr. Unforgettable or something like that, I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
I watched a little bit more last night.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I'll rewind it so we can watch it together. It's fucking funny.
Oh, really?
Yes.
And
it's
he's
really
pretty good, isn't he?
Steph Curry's great in it. It's so funny. Anyway, guess what comes out October 16th? A show on HBO that we both like. It has a Ted Lasso feel.
Diplomat? No.
No, that's Netflix.
Okay.
See, we could have a whole episode talking about shows we like.
Mm-hmm.
And Netflix and Peacock aren't going to pay us a dime for promoting their shit
should.
to our 17 listeners.
Yes, exactly. We're single-handedly keeping them afloat.
Shrinking.
Oh, yes.
Shrinking's back out.
Shrinking. We were talking about that with your kids.
Alex,
They didn't get into it. Yeah.
Well, no, they thought Shrinking was something else. They didn't watch Shrinking. They watched the Ricky Gervais show
I thought
about
they watched
dying.
the first episode of Shrinking.
No, they thought it was, I believe they thought it was Ricky Gervais.
Okay.
Yeah, it's called Afterlife.
Afterlife, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is also fantastic, but totally different. Much more message-based and deep and all that kind of stuff. Shrinking's, it's cuter. It's more Ted Lasso-like.
Right,
it's
right,
very,
right.
very good. It's on Apple TV, Apple Plus, or whatever it is.
Yep.
Really, really good.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm excited about that. And then, of course, The Diplomat is coming out, but not till Q1
Okay.
of next year. And then, is there anything else that you want to watch? You wanted to watch something on Peacock. There was some like mystery thing that was out there.
I like action films, and there was this one with this female actress. I don't know her name, but she looks like a badass, and she kicks
does.
ass. And
Yeah, you like that stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like it when the women are kicking ass.
I like it when they're nude.
You sound like a misogynistic ass when you say shit like that. Could you please not? Could you please not?
So I shouldn't like them when they're nude.
You can
Strike
just
two.
quietly and
Strike
maybe not
two.
on when a
Keep it to
camera's rolling
yourself.
and airing on.
No, it looks like it looks like a good show. I agree. It looks really cool. And then we talked to Sam and Al about The Gentleman, which is a Guy Ritchie series on Netflix. What's like 5 episodes maybe or 8?
Mm-hmm.
It's really good.
I would watch that again.
It's really Guy Ritchie's stuff though is really, really good. I like it. Do you like it?
Mm-hmm. Very much.
Oh,
yeah.
love Guy Ritchie.
It's always
stuff.
entertaining. The action scenes and the fight scenes are so over the top, impressive and creative and well done.
Well,
and nobody ever seems to really die or get bloody.
Yeah, they do.
Or I don't know.
do.
It's like
It's
they
very
move on from
animated
it.
though.
Yeah.
It's very well. Just like in Deadpool, there's a lot of gore. It's over the top.
There was a lot of gore in Deadpool.
Well,
there was a
don't
lot
you
of
feel it's over the
between
top?
Deadpool and Wolverine. They have some highly choreographed fight scenes between the two of them
It's very
that are beyond violent. It's like beyond.
Well, that's what I think
And-
makes it
well,
funny. It's so.
But that's what their characters. They
Right.
can't die, so they just go after each other, and then they get up and.
Well, so I got a question for you, and then we don't have to perpetuate this discussion, but you like banter, as you like to say, and it's 14 minutes in and we're bantering. So, what?
This is the voice you use for me once again.
I don't know why I always default to that voice for you, but I do, and so we're gonna keep going. What would you say is your? Can you pick a favorite movie?
I always would say Shawshank Redemption.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that's based on a book?
Yes.
Do you know who wrote it?
I do not.
Stephen King.
Really?
That's a Stephen King book. Yes, ma'am.
Wow.
Isn't that cool?
Wow. I always thought he did just scary shit. Like
He does intelligent stuff. Stand By Me with all the kids.
yeah.
You know, where the kids find the body in the
That's
train
Stephen
track.
King
That's
too?
Stephen King. Mm-hmm. He does some good
Damn.
stuff. Yes, ma'am.
Damn.
Shawshank is a great movie.
And it's a great story, and the characters end up happy. They went through a lot.
Well, I like how they have
But-
it set in what's the 1950s, I think it is.
Yeah.
Or 40s.
40s?
Maybe.
Yeah,
I like
40s,
that
50s.
it's not set in right.
Mhm.
It's a brilliant. So Shawshank is your number one, huh? That's what you would pick.
Yeah, it's really the only one I can think of at the moment. So by default, yeah. But that's all I can say.
You didn't ask.
How
me.
about you?
Me?
Yeah.
I would pick. It's a toss up between Dances with Wolves and Braveheart. Those are my two. I could watch those all day long, every day.
Mm-hmm.
I think mostly Dances with Wolves. They both have the same theme of one character really making a difference,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? Kevin Costner shifting gears and recognizing what white people were taking away from Native Americans.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, Braveheart is just about a guy fighting for freedom. I'd love them both. I could watch them all day long, never get tired of them.
Yeah.
And then also Talladega Nights with Will Ferrell.
Yeah, that's good.
I could watch that.
That
all
is
day.
good. Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, well, I'd love to have an episode where we both come to the table with favorite TV shows
I think we just did.
and movies. No, there's so many more.
Okay.
Like, what was your favorite I know what my favorite TV show of all time is.
Of all time?
All time. Favorite TV show of all time. I would watch it all day long, every day. Stills, I think it's brilliant.
Oh, I know what you're going to say. You're
But
going
it's
to
showing my
say-
age.
Well, okay. Well, I was going to say Portlandia or
no, it's
the
brilliant.
Office.
Nope.
Or Seinfeld.
If I had to watch one show, I was only allowed to watch one show.
Oh,
I would watch
I
from the
should-
beginning
I
to
should
the
know
end.
what this is.
It shows our age. So we were young when we were 19, 18 when it started, I think. Mm-hmm. Maybe even younger. It was part of that NBC Thursday night lineup. And they had the primetime spot at 8 o'clock. Remember that was the prime? Remember that? Remember Thursday was the night to watch TV? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That's how old we are, is that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday didn't really matter. Monday was Monday Night Football.
Yeah, you'd be glued to the television because you
Right.
couldn't watch it. If you missed it, you missed it.
You missed it, yeah. So
Yeah.
Monday was Monday Night Football. Tuesday was something. Wednesday was decent. Friday was always The Love Boat and Deplane. Fantasy Island was always on Fridays, right? So Friday was kind of your casual, I guess I have nothing to do tonight, might as well watch this shit. But Thursday was must-see TV. You remember that?
Yeah.
And so there was Cosby, and there was Friends. Do you remember all this?
Yeah.
And then there was,
ER?
oh my goodness, Cheers.
Oh, Cheers.
Yeah. Still cracks me up. Brilliant freaking writing. Brilliant.
It was
Don't you
very
think?
creative writing. Did you get into any of the spin-offs of
I
that
watched
show?
Frasier. I did. I liked Frasier quite a bit. It was really smart.
Mm-hmm.
It was well written. Totally different type of show.
Yeah.
The characters were fantastic. Kelsey Grammer was great. Yeah, I watched Cheers. That was it. That was the only spin-off, though, from that, I think.
I thought there were more.
No.
No? Okay.
All right, so 18 minutes of banter. There.
All
you
right.
had your way.
18 minutes of banter. Now get to the meat.
Get to the meat.
Do you
Ooh,
have any meat?
Thanks. You asked that question on the air.
So we went to see Linda last week.
From last week's podcast, you talked about this, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We went to see Linda, and we
Yes.
haven't recorded since after the.
Well, that was just last week.
I know, but we
Oh.
didn't record an episode after
Well, no,
the
we saw.
meeting. we just referenced going to see
We
her.
referenced that we were going to go see her.
Yeah.
Yes. And
Yeah.
we talk about the results from that.
Yeah, I really like her. She's really great, and she it was really about helping us understand, how do I want to say it? Like helping us understand what our triggers are. And my trigger comes down to me needing to feel safe. And that's a very, very healthy thing for me to understand, that is a perspective from which I need to center back to when we're in the throes of something between us that might be difficult, or we might be having a fight, or even me in the throes of some anxiety that I might be having, or a little panic attack I might be having, and understanding that it comes from a place of needing to be safe. And when I put myself in that mindset, I think it really helps me understand, and like it can ground me for how to proceed and to...
Leah Tremonte.
Oh, boy,
Yeah.
that's work. Keep going. Sorry. I
That-
should turn that off. I'm sorry.
Very unprofessional of you. Do you have to
So-
bleep out her name now?
I will.
Yeah, you have to
Yeah.
go.
Sorry.
So I don't know if I'm articulating myself very well, but it really helped to understand that that's my sensitive underbelly, the place that I come from with all of this, is needing to feel safe.
Well, we both are, though.
Yeah.
We just have different versions of what safe looks like. My
Right.
version is I'm out of here. Your version is to recoil.
Yeah.
When we feel that way. I thought it was it was funny because we had a rough couple of days where we just weren't connecting, and then we found ourselves out of it. Right? You learned that you were wrong. And I told you I wouldn't punish you harshly for it.
So
Did
big
I
of you.
articulate that correctly?
No.
We came out of it, and then by the time we went to go see Linda, we were actually super happy, which we normally are.
Mm-hmm.
We're normally very loving and happy, and
Mm-hmm.
but every once in a while we're human and we piss each other off.
No doubt.
Again, the funniest part about, did we talk about this? No, it was on the drive to Linda. Right? It was was it on the drive to Linda where my breathing got you frustrated?
Oh God, that was so funny.
So if I can I just take over for a second?
Sure.
So the point is, we were happy when we went to see Linda, and as we're walking the door, I said to you, "Can we get in a fight? Because I feel like we should. When you go to see a relationship counselor, you should be angry. You should have something to be angry at each other about." And we had nothing, right? The moment had come
We
and
had
gone.
resolved our issue, which
we're
is
like,
why
oh,
we booked the appointment in the first place.
Right,
and
because
we're
we want to
like,
make sure we
well,
got it. And we were like,
we
"Oh,
got
I
through
guess
that."
I guess we did figure it out, but we're here." And it's funny because in the session with her, it didn't resurface. It's not all of a sudden, "Oh, wait a minute, hold on." It didn't bubble up that way.
No, we
just had a
talked. We talked about it,
But we didn't rehash
but not in the
it.
same way, right?
Yeah. Anyway, Linda taught me years ago, and it's not anything that she created. I'm sure she's gleaned this from other sources, but you guys may have heard of 4-7-8, which is you inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 7, exhale for 8.
It's a breathing technique. It's a relaxation technique. Breathing is so much a part of meditation, and
it
so
works.
it's a practice of those specific numbers where you inhale for 4 seconds, you hold for 7 seconds, and then you exhale for 8 seconds.
Yes.
So 4-7-8. Yeah.
I just said that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I repeated it
That you
because people
did.
tend to listen to me.
Oh, and scene.
So I just wanted to make
Book
sure.
another appointment with Linda. So 4-7-8.
I'm pouring myself a little coffee.
And I'm going to the bathroom. 4-7-8 works for me.
Mm-hmm.
And years ago I started doing it, and sometimes it comes out where I'm very demonstrative, and so it can be perceived by the people you're with is that you're losing your patience with something, right? And it's just me sensing anxiety building up. So I slow my heart rate down and instantly calms me down. So we're driving from Milwaukee to the Chicago area. And there's a shit ton of traffic, which admittedly now, having lived up here for almost 2.5 years, I'm not used to traffic anymore, right?
No, you are definitely the old man you're not always in the right lane. Sometimes you're speeding
I'll go
with the
fast
best of them.
Yeah.
But
most
you'll be like,
often.
look at this guy coming up on our left. Look at him. Look
how
at him.
fast he's going. Do you have to go that
the hell?
fast? God damn it, kids.
You're that,
fucking
is it
kids.
a Geico commercial that they have that
Don't be your father.
Don't be your parents, right?
God,
right.
Be your parents. So just a ton of traffic, and we're dodging in and out. And we go down this one strip, and I'm realizing I'm getting stressed out by traffic. Nothing else was bothering me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing else was bothering me.
No, I didn't think so.
And so I start breathing. I go, and then I hold it, and then like a yoga exhale.
You have a
right?
very loud exhale.
Yeah, well, it's very yoga, right? But in yoga, they teach you to do that, right? Like,
Of course.
so you're really pushing from your stomach, your diaphragm, and so why don't you tell the people? What
So
you did?
I look at him. I'm like, "Are you deep breathing because of the traffic?" He's like, "Yeah." I said, "Well, got to tell you, your deep breathing is stressing me out. Okay, so if you could stop that stress relieving technique." Because it's raising my anxiety levels.
Here I am trying to chill, and you're telling me you got to stop it. You're stressing me out.
Your meditative breathing is stressing me the fuck out. Yeah. So we chuckled. We laughed.
We did. We laughed at it. We had a very good session with her. And if there's any couples out there, or even individuals, I couldn't recommend her practice more. She is so objective and understanding. She doesn't lean into stereotypes. Which can sometimes happen in relationship sessions, right? The therapist can say that's a guy thing or a female thing.
Yeah.
I've experienced that. She doesn't do it.
Yeah.
Anyway, we had, the way we talked about it on the podcast is how we resolved it with her. So we both agreed that when I'm not feeling heard, I've got to find a way to say stuff to you that softens the runway so the plane lands a little softer when I'm giving my message, and you've got to work on hearing things better.
True.
So we kind of solved it ourselves and talked to Linda about it, and then she examined what we're doing, and I'm proud of us. I hope you are. I'm sure we're going to get pissed at each other again.
For sure.
We're human beings.
For sure. Absolutely.
But anyway, it was really good, and I know we said we'd give a recap on what it was like to go to her, and I wish I had more detail, like some specific thing, but it was really, I think for me, Kath, the biggest takeaway was we have to turn inside. So when we feel that anxiety coming up, we have to go, I got to be better at making sure I land this with words that are soft enough for you to hear. And you've got to say, okay, he's not coming at this from a place of anger.
Yeah.
So it was really good. And I'm proud of what we accomplished. So we spent 4 minutes talking about relationships on this podcast. Let's get back to movies.
Well, I'm a fan of this idea. So this is my first experience really with couples therapy. Went one time in my marriage when things were pretty dark and I felt cornered somehow. I won't go into it. But point being, I don't have much experience with couples therapy. And I really like Linda. I especially like that she knows you so well because you've done so much work with her. And I also have witnessed that she's not biased because of that. Like usually a therapist would say, I'm your therapist or I'm both of your therapists, but I can't be one or the other, right? And I get that. I totally get that. In this scenario, because I think knowing and understanding you so well and your history so well, I think she brings a lot of valuable insight to the sessions when we're together that are helpful are just helpful, you know?
Yep.
So it's unusual in that way, but I haven't had much experience with the couples therapy, and I highly recommend it. And I really highly recommend that if someone's considering it, not to attach a stigma of, oh, we got problems, that's why we have to do this. There doesn't have to be that that layer of I don't want to say shame, but I think that a shame is probably what a lot of people feel if they're going to couples therapy, that is just, you know, they're better than that. They don't need that. And honestly, if you look at therapy, occasional therapy, as long as there's not big issues that you are truly wrestling with, you know, it's just sort of like going to a health club. You know, it's a tune-up. It is staying emotionally healthy in the relationship, and I think it's a really good exercise. Well,
it's worked for us.
It's worked for us. I'm learning a lot in this relationship. I'm learning a lot about myself. I've never had to communicate in the way I communicate with you before in a relationship. And so I am embarking on a lot of new territory, and that there is a learning curve there, you know, and it's not always comfortable. And the big parts that aren't comfortable for me is me admitting I'm wrong, or I have failed, or I've disappointed someone, or I've hurt someone. I spend a lot of energy trying not to do that as I walk through life, and that isn't always a good thing. And when I do fail, owning that right away and admitting that, and that's new territory. Not because I don't think I ever do anything wrong, just because I can't believe I've hurt somebody, right? So but no, I mean,
I'm just kidding.
I definitely, I feel, I guess it's more about what other people feel, right? So I have felt that I own stuff, but there are times that I struggle owning stuff. And because it's associated with that idea of having hurt somebody and having failed, and then what happens if I fail? Will they be mad at me? Will they leave me? Will they, you know? And then I'll feel unsafe.
Yep.
I will feel like I wasn't protected.
You know, it was a big takeaway for me, and I just thought about this. This was when we were heading to Caroline's after dropping off Mac. You were saying to Linda that when you've hurt me, you feel like you need your voice to explain it. And Linda was saying, you know, we talked about, why do you need your voice then? Remember all that? And then there was a moment where you felt I was picking on you quite a bit in front of your kids this weekend when they were in town. And I could sense something was wrong with you. And you stepped into this place of saying, hey, you know, you kind of picked on me a lot and it made me uncomfortable. I really didn't like it. And then I went, oh shit, I didn't realize I was doing it. Sorry. And you said to me, aren't you proud of me because I said something? And that's where I was like, oh yeah, that's where you found your voice, right? Your voice was when you were feeling hurt, and then it felt good. You felt safe to say what you said. And it felt...
I can't say it felt safe, but I knew I had to say it. And of course it was safe.
Well,
but
you
in
said
the
you
moment,
felt safe though.
Yeah. Afterwards,
you were worried
really,
about what could happen, but you felt you had to say something.
You sort of play your same old. You have your instinctual reactions that you've always had to situations, right? And then you make a conscious decision to try to override that. You know,
right? And you did. You said, "Hey, you kind of hurt me during this."
So you were picking up that I was a little bit off for some reason, and certainly I was off because I just took my daughter to the airport, and I miss her, and
please don't diminish the fact that I hurt you, though. So I don't want you to see. You even do it now. Do you notice that? Like, you don't want to say I hurt you. You're going to diminish it by saying, you know, I was sensitive at the time because of my daughter leaving. No, take that out of
that was true.
Well, I'm not saying it's not true. Just, I hurt you, period. Right? And that was okay that you said that.
And I think what I feel was happening in those little moments where you teased me relentlessly. Just kidding.
Deservedly. Go ahead.
Here we go. Linda. I felt like you were on some level trying to almost bond with my children a little
Probably,
bit
yeah.
by teasing their mom, because they tease me,
Correct.
right? They're like,
right.
"Oh, mom,
does
you eat like a
this."
bird," or
Right.
"Mom,
Right.
you, I don't know,
Yeah,
what.
whatever it is.
Yeah,
They clearly known you a little bit
And
longer.
it's funny because my kids sometimes they have this perception of me. I'm like, really? I don't think that's true.
Yeah.
But okay. I mean, if that's what they kind of perceive, that's what you got to go with.
Yeah.
And so I kind of felt that you were trying to bond with my kids a little bit, and you didn't realize that sometimes it just bit a little bit harder, because I like to believe that I can take some teasing sometimes.
No,
I mean,
you're
that's
right.
not, there's loving teasing. There's like, if you steal the covers on the bed and I snore and you talk about, whatever.
Right,
I mean,
right.
there are some teasing
I get it.
that I can certainly take. But something about having my kids around and so it took a lot for me to, and it really, I was going to push it aside, and then I'm like, nope. I had a conscious thought like, okay, you're going to say this.
Yeah, and I thought we both did really well.
Yes.
You expressed it. I said, I'm sorry. Holy shit, didn't realize I did it. And I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I mean, lesson for both of us. One's got to feel safe to communicate. The other's got to hear it.
Yeah.
Give that person space. I thought it was great.
Yeah. Yeah.
So really proud of you. Is that okay to say
big.
that?
Well, my
So big.
so big. My point is, I'm still learning and growing, and I'm doing a lot of that in this relationship. Sorry, you're the guinea pig for this.
Oh, what are you
this
leaving?
Journey. No.
What, are you moving out of something else?
No, but hunker down.
I'm not worried about it. I think
Hang on.
that's what makes this fun. But I think the key is we both had other relationships prior to meeting one another, and we didn't have relationships that wanted to figure this shit out.
No.
We both want to figure us out. Team us.
Truly that. And we are also spending an ungodly amount of time together. And so just by the sheer...
But we like it. That's the point. It's not that we
absolutely
don't default to it. We truly like being around one another.
You are my best friend, and
You're my best friend.
You're my best friend.
Yeah, my best friend.
And I've never communicated this much or this deeply or this closely or this consistently or this often or just day in, day out.
It just never ends.
24/7.
It was good.
And so I'm learning, and I'm learning how I am in other relationships too, which is really, really good. Not always easy, but really good.
It has been eye-opening, and it has helped all of our relationships.
And don't you? Yeah, right.
And don't I what?
I was going to say, you just said in all our relationships, and I think about, communication with kids and siblings and parents and so work in progress, as they say. Life is a journey, not a destination. But let's get back to the fact I held that baby on Sunday for
all the way back to the beginning. Well, and I'm gonna be there this weekend. You're gonna come by on Sunday, right? Or you're just gonna stay home the whole time?
Well, you have your own car. We'll see.
Okay.
Maybe.
I'm gonna be with Al the whole weekend. Woohoo, man! The barber and a bar.
That's what line is that from? You have your baby
in a bar.
In a bar.
That's oh my God, that's a rom-com.
It is indeed. Even I know this
Sweet
one.
Home Alabama.
You got it.
Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding. And you
have your baby
make it to the final round.
Bar.
Yes.
That's very good. Yeah, I told Alex that.
You know what we could do is like classic movie line quiz, of which I will fail.
You'll fail miserably. I could come up. I don't even have to look them up.
You'll just have to give me some
No.
Just some.
We should just talk about movies we like, TV shows we
when
like.
you just like A lob.
Lob.
You'll have to give me a lob.
To dupe. All right. Do you want to get into
let's do.
questions? So I got a new. Good.
He bought a new box of The And from Skin Deep. And what is that one called?
The Amusing Edition.
The Amusing Edition.
Yeah.
How apropos
So
for us.
we like the Skin Deep as a way to get to know one another. And we ask each other questions from this deck. And surprisingly, we don't know the answers all the time. Or not surprisingly, that's the point, right? So this is called the Amusing Edition. I've not looked at any of them. Well, one of them, I should say. So they seem like they may be funny, but...
We should do the ones that we've used, put them right side or upside down. So when we go
idea.
to the box again, we can distinguish.
Good
Because
idea.
instead of shuffling them, we'll just take them from the top.
That's yours.
Okay.
Okay, and then I'm going to take this. I don't know that they're all... What is that? Can you show me what the icon is on that one? What does that say?
Lightning bolt.
Okay, I'm going to look for a lightning bolt, okay?
Or shuffle them up right now.
Yeah, shuffle them up. What are we doing? This is a podcast, so we have to keep the air filled. I'm not sure what we're doing.
I'll just
here.
sing a little number.
Do, 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 do. What?
Do.
Why am I shuffling
I'll sip
these,
some
by the way?
coffee.
Well, it's a podcast. Okay. Why did I just shuffle these?
Because you wanted something. So because they have little icons on top that signify something.
I don't know what the light. Yeah, there's a lightning bolt, which means something.
Where's that opening card? Does it
Here
say
it is.
on
I don't
there?
know. Can we? This is a podcast,
I know.
and we're not podcasting. We're. What are we doing here right now?
Okay, you ready? I'll read my card.
Okay, good. Well, I don't have mic. Okay, good.
Make the sound of my personality. Oh, we know whose sound that is.
Make the
And
sound
it
of
is
your
not
personality.
Kathy Riley.
This is going to be so bad because I want to do like caw, caw, because like flying, but that's like crow. That sounds awful.
That's so bad.
It's so bad. The
And
sound
it's
of your
not accurate.
personality. It sounds like a Walt Disney movie when all the birds are chirping around like Cinderella. That's the sound of your personality.
You're so full of shit.
I'm not kidding you. That's what comes to mind.
It's not.
No. No, that's the sound of your personality that I don't like. It's not your snoring. It's see how much I care about you and see positively in you? Seriously, I see like Mary Poppins when all the animals come because that's how I
Oh, fuck you. No, just kidding.
Alrighty. There we go. Jesus. I really truly see you as like a Mary Poppins character.
That's sweet.
Ass fucker. God. I can't believe I just said those words together. I do. I see you as like Mary Poppins. Every day's an holiday with Mary. So there. The sound
That's
of your
very
personality is the Mary Poppins soundtrack.
Thank you.
Or The Hills Are Alive. That was terribly off. Couldn't do falsetto at all right there.
That's very sweet. Thank you.
Yeah, it's not.
It's fun.
Oh, that's certainly your personality.
It's fun to have fun with that, but thank you.
There's my eyebrow.
we're gonna have to trim that. Yeah.
Oh man, I don't like this one.
What?
This is a middle finger one. Look, the icon's a middle finger.
Oh,
I'll
boy.
show that it's a middle finger.
Oh.
I hope. What do you dislike most about the person you love most? What do you dislike most about the person you love most?
What do you dislike most about the person you love most?
Do you like that question, or do you want to do another one?
Well, no, I think we should do them because that's
Okay.
part of it, right?
Yeah.
Boring you? Are you bored?
No, I'm
Oh,
tired.
Okay. What do you dislike most about the person you love most?
So that's probably your kids.
I was making it you, babe. This is about you and me. What do I dislike most? Okay.
You've got a list.
I'm trying to
You just
decide
pulled something
which
out of your
one.
pocket.
I'm trying to decide which characteristic.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, you're not.
Kinda. So you are a very fast thinker. And that can be frustrating sometimes because I am not. a fast thinker. And so sometimes I need 48 to 72 hours to get back to you
minimum
on that thought. And that can be hard for me because I don't have a comeback, or I don't have a response, or I don't have an answer, and I get frustrated with myself, and then my brain goes into anxiety mode. And so, and you're just like lightning. I can't snap with that hand. Lightning fast. Yeah. So, and then there's also that snap. Oh, both of your hands have that snap. You have, if there was a snapping, okay, stopping now, stop. If there was a snapping contest.
I'd come in second.
To whom?
I don't know.
You have
always someone better.
Very good snap. Anyway, so that would be it.
Okay, that was good.
All right.
Mary Poppins.
Thank you.
Oh, see, I'd be so cool right now if I could just have birds chirping around you as this ends.
You can do it.
Come on.
You can
I
do
should
it.
try to do that,
You
shouldn't
can
I?
do it. Yes.
I'll give it a shot.
And then there are like black flies around you.
All right. Like I'm Pigpen from Charlie Brown. That's mean. On that note.
That was funny.
Was it?
I love you.
On that note, peace.
You just listened to another episode of the Jack and Kathy Shit Show. All recording, engineering, and production provided by us. Connect with the podcast on Instagram at Jack and Kathy Shit Show for more insight into our shit show of a life. This episode is proudly brought to you by Pint Productions.
Point.